I thought I nailed it with my first painting for this newly wallpapered bedroom, but it looked terrible, so I had to start over. Here's how I created a beautiful landscape that didn't look good and what I painted instead. My name is Mackenzie, and I am so glad you're here. Painting with kids is always an adventure, but I decided early on not to let it stop me. Here, my youngest is dancing around me while I tone the ground. If you don't know what that means, it's basically putting a layer of color over the white gesso, providing a nice mid-tone to paint on. It serves several purposes. I've read that there are no true whites in nature, so painting directly onto white can make it tricky to judge colors and tones. My mixture was made of paint thinner and oils. It's very runny, pretty much like water. Sometimes I use watered down acrylics when I need it to dry quick, but today I was only toning the ground so I could get away with using thinned out oils. So I did something that was not very smart. I didn't realize this was going to happen. Are you filming your video right now? I poured lacquer thinner into this right here. I thought I would mix it up with some of my oil paints in a red Solo cup. Well, I lifted my cup up to start mixing it, and the bottom totally fell out. Like, it ate it away instantly. Probably should have known it would have done that, but now I know for sure. I enjoy many different mediums, but when it comes to landscapes, oils are my favorite. I used to use cheaper brands of oil paints, but I've been working my way up to more professional grade oils. I figured it was time. Today we're using Winsor & Newton Titanium White, and then Gamblin for the rest. Cadmium Yellow Light, Cadmium Red Light, Alizarin Crimson, Ultramarine Blue, and Burnt Umber. I also use refined linseed oil by Winsor & Newton for thinning my oils during the painting process and for oiling out my paintings. The reference photo is taken from a video I took during a morning walk earlier in the summer. We live out in a rural part of Payson, Utah called West Mountain, and the sunrises are so beautiful here. This summer, we got to collaborate with a wallpaper company called Loomwell, so I picked out the most gorgeous wallpaper by designer Anna Black Creative. Fun fact, I'm a pattern designer as well, and I also have a collection with Loomwell, but I chose to go with another designer for our bedroom. I'm normally drawn to light and airy rooms, but something within me is beginning to shift because this wallpaper is dark, kind of moody, and has a strong William Morris vibe, which I have fallen in love with this year. We needed to create content to send to Loomwell, but the wall above our bed needed a new painting before I could film the aftershots. Nothing I had already painted fit the look I was going for. Loomwell needed the content within days, so I had to paint something quick. I thought this local country scene would be a perfect painting for our bedroom, but we'll see if the colors and subject were actually a good choice for the room. By the way, sorry about the blurry zoomed-in shots and the GoPro camera blocking my head from time to time. I'm still getting this filming process figured out. When I'm painting landscapes, I use a myriad of brushes. Usually, I'll start with larger, stiffer bristle brushes for the underpainting. As I get further into the painting and things get more detailed, often my brushes will get softer and sometimes finer. I gravitate towards filberts, which are flat and tapered with a rounded tip. When I was a less experienced painter, I would paint with color straight from the tube. Most of my paintings had a lot of bright reds, blues, yellows, greens, and stark white. Then at some point along the way, I learned that it was best to mix new colors before placing them on the panel or canvas. Boy, what a difference that made. Once you begin to mix your colors first, you start to hone in on colors you're naturally drawn to, helping you to create your own unique artistic style. Colors have a large impact on style. I also prefer to paint on masonite panels. I used to paint on canvas a lot, but I've learned that I don't really like the texture of the canvas or the give that the fabric has. Most of my landscapes include a celestial sphere. Almost all of them are of sunrises or sunsets. I love to focus on the light radiating from the sun and how it creates silver linings on the clouds. I managed to finish the painting in about 4 hours, and I was fairly satisfied with this painting. That is, until I brought it into our bedroom. Paired with our new wallpaper, the painting looked terrible. It was then that I realized the room needed a much lighter and softer painting to complement the dark and busy pattern. But what was I going to do? I was about out of time. Luckily, I suddenly got a clear vision of the painting the wall needed, and so as a kind of Hail Mary, I spent about 30 minutes on this final one. I took a completely different approach, too. I used acrylics and no reference photo, something I never do. With just a few Nova color acrylics, I painted a loose, almost abstract landscape. It was simple and calm and exactly what the bedroom needed. Unfortunately, I didn't paint this process, so you're only going to see the finished product. I thrifted a frame, spray painted it gold, and the effect was perfect. I'm going to spray paint it gold with this Rust-Oleum metallic. This one is the best one we've been able to find. It's really good. Titled Rest Number 1, it hangs over our bed and provides a serene place for the eyes to rest. It complements the wallpaper wonderfully. Although the first painting may have felt like a fail, it really just wasn't right for that room. It's still a pretty painting, and paired with the perfect frame and the right wall, I think it would be gorgeous. I was pleasantly surprised with the second painting, and not only did it end up being just what I wanted, it also gave me a chance to experiment a little bit, and I discovered a new style for myself that I'm going to replicate in future paintings. Did I make the right decision for my room? Let me know in the comments section. If you like this video and want to see more, please give it a thumbs up and then subscribe to my channel. I would be so grateful. Thanks so much for watching.